when you study architecture, this very wide perspective that is taught to you in the educational program, and then as you start looking closer and closer, you start finding what is your keen interest. And soon I realized that my level of interest was more in the micro than in the macro. And that kind of led to this whole idea of interior design. And I wanted to do interiors, but I didn't want to be an interior decorator. I wanted to be an interior architect. And that's the field that I actually kind of want to kind of continue practicing. You know, when you study architecture, you actually understand the science behind space. What is enough? How much is enough? You know, why is less more? Why are the principles of architecture important to bring down not only into your work but into your life? And what if you can bring the feeling and the essence of the entire building or the architecture into an interior space? Any creative field, any creative person kind of draws inspirations from the experience he or she goes through. And it's important that we respond to it. I prefer to let myself be fluid. I let myself go through phases, let myself go through moments of design and life where I feel that this is what I want to pursue or engage with or actually rediscover. I love the fact that I can be obsessed with something for a particular period of time and then just forget it and let it go completely out of my system and then move on to something next. As a running practice, you always have something on your board, you have always something to draw on. And then there was a slow evolution where we started understanding what would be our next level, and we said, why not delve into the idea of product? So this year we actually started with it, and we started having conversations with again the whole idea of Indian geometry, you know. So we did this very interesting collaboration with this amazing rug company called Cocoon Fine Rugs, and we sat with Ayush and we started understanding how technically rugs are made. What is the idea behind every rug? What is it that we want to say through each product and each piece? And we came across this idea, which I have been researching for the longest time, is Chandigarh, the brise-soleil, the facades of buildings designed by Le Corbusier in the 50s and the 60s that are so relevant even today. And I felt that that was a great interpretation into bringing down to our practices of the rug project. Spaces are generally defined by mainly things like lighting. I think people do not understand lighting, so usually you see spaces that are overtly lit or underlit, and there's this fine balance of figuring out how much is enough and how much do you need. That's why I love dimmers actually, and I always tell clients that please have dimmers on your lighting so you could create the mood. The first reaction to every space is, what does the space demand actually? Once we get that out of the way, we kind of start understanding how the space flows, you know, how is it the energy moves into the space, what is the light that comes in from the windows, is there light from the ceiling, is it a beautifully lit space or is it just a very dark volume, you know. And then we start understanding how we can create moments, literally moments of pause and continue. Like, this is how we work. Like, where do you stop and where do you walk? It's almost like making a film, you know, like you go as a director, you take your camera and you sometimes just run through the frame, and sometimes you just stop and want to listen and see people engage. Indians do have a very, very strong aesthetic which is inherently so beautiful. We come from a land of so much culture, so much color, so much geometry, you know. I mean, from Ettore Sottsa's to Brancusi has been inspired by Indian geometry, which is so strong. We want to bring it to the people. We want to say that, you know, something which is really minimal but something beautiful and can become an everyday.